Hi everybody, it's Miss Motzi, and I'm back for the daily wrap-up. Today is March 14th, 2018, and it's an A day. Today's objective was I can interpret a metamorphic rock classification chart in order to learn the characteristics of metamorphic rocks. So if you learn nothing else today, you learned that metamorphic rocks are created from heat and pressure. On our agenda today, we started out class with an igneous rock card sort. We then went into metamorphic rock notes and did a metamorphic rock chart, and then we described the metamorphic rocks at our different lab tables. For homework, you should be reviewing your metamorphic rock notes, and you should be studying for the test. So in the news today, Stephen Hawking died at the age of 76. He developed ALS at age 21 while studying cosmology at Cambridge, but continued to dedicate his life to physics. Hawking's chief theory is that black holes should emit radiation, which is known as Hawking radiation. Today we're working with metamorphic rocks, and we're wondering, why do we even care about metamorphic rocks anyway? Why are they important? Well, metamorphic rocks are used in a lot of decorative buildings. For instance, the Jefferson Memorial in Washington, D.C. They're also used in statues. Michelangelo was an Italian artist who lived from 1475 to 1564. He was the second of 5 brothers born in Tuscany. He was a sculptor, a painter, an architect, and a poet. He's considered to be one of the greatest Western artists of all time. He was especially gifted at using art to express human emotions and meaning. Michelangelo lived and worked during the Renaissance, a period of European history when many discoveries and innovations in art, science, and technology were made. He carved this statue here, the Pieta, and it shows the biblical figure of Mary holding the body of Jesus in her lap. Her face expresses sorrow and sadness. He's also famous for carving the David into marble. The David is Michelangelo's image of an ideal man based on the biblical story of King David and Goliath. The David is a huge statue standing 14 feet 3 inches high. It took Michelangelo almost 3 years and several models to carve in the marble the final David, which now stands in Florence, Italy. Another metamorphic rock that has importance to us is slate. Slate is what was used as the chalkboards in the olden days in different schoolhouses. A couple of students were asking me today during our lab, what's the difference between banding and layering? That was one of the questions in your lab. Well, banding is what we refer to when we see foliation in a metamorphic rock, like this rock here on the left. Whereas layering is what refers to these different lines here in sedimentary rocks. They're formed in very different ways. Sedimentary rocks are deposited in those different layers, whereas with metamorphic rocks, that banding is caused by heat and pressure being applied to different rocks. Another question I got was, how high does the temperature have to be for rocks to melt in the first place? We were talking about metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are formed when heat and pressure are applied to them, but not so much heat that the rocks melt. So you can see here that the temperature needed for rocks to melt is between 800 and 1200 degrees Celsius. Another question that I had today was, what's a batholith? And a batholith is a mass of rock formed when a large body of magma cools inside the crust. You see this in the picture right here, and you also see that we have several in the western side of the United States. Your homework tonight is to review your metamorphic rock notes and also to start preparing for the test that you're going to have on Thursday, March 22nd. On the test, you can expect to see information from Virginia's physiographic provinces, characteristics of minerals, mineral uses, properties used to identify minerals, the rock cycle, igneous rocks, metamorphic rocks, sedimentary rocks, and weathering and erosion. Hope everybody has a great Wednesday, and I'll see you on Friday.